In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Oh no! What am I doing here? This can't be! Welcome to the show, but what happened? What happened? Everybody who hates the toe was telling me I wasn't going to be here tonight, that I wasn't going to make... What happened? What happened, guys? I'm just busting your balls. I know, look. I know you need me. I knew you wouldn't leave me, and here you are. Welcome to the show. We've got a great one. Look, I know why you're here. And it's not because I'm burping up acid, because I decided that SP and I would have pizza and orange juice for dinner. Why did I combine pizza and orange juice? A long line of bad decisions got me to pizza and orange juice. Welcome to the show, guys. Look, I'm sorry. If you came here expecting a certain thing, don't get mad at me. I know you guys get mad if I have a positive outlook or a smile on my face or I correct anything you say. Don't get weird on me. Don't you guys get psychotic, please. Because a lot of you got to learn to take it easy a little bit. I try to tell you, but you don't listen. There was a lot of shit. I was having a hard time keeping a straight face this morning because a lot of people were getting a lot of things wrong. I did have my sentencing hearing today. It went better than I thought it was going to go. I haven't talked about it at all. I've been a very good boy, which was confirmed today. I was appreciative of that. There was that thing that came out yesterday that the judge agreed was total bullshit, which I'm very happy about. I think it was a last minute thing because I was being a good boy for the last 3 months, and this was kind of a last minute thing by the prosecutor. And I get it. Look, it's her job to do her thing, so I'm not mad at her, but we kind of knew it was bullshit from Jump Street, so we weren't too worried about it. It was nice that they saw through that in the court. The other thing, I was watching today, I was watching some of the chat, and some people were just apoplectic. Some of the steel toe hate people were just apoplectic, like their life was going to be ruined if I wasn't hauled away in cuffs today. I don't mean to... I could have spoiled it for you this morning, but I figured I was just going to let you wait. I was never getting let away in cuffs today. That was never going to happen. Even the judge said today, she laughed at the idea. She was like, I don't even do that for felonies. And so that was kind of the first thing I laughed at. The other thing that you guys were, the minority of you were going off about was like, oh yeah, it's going to be a felony. It's going to be, and I'm like, guys, it's a deal. We do the guilty plea and then the felony's dismissed. There was a gasp. There was I heard a few people go, huh? When they said, yeah, the felony's dismissed. And we're like, yeah, guys, that's the whole reason we did this. I don't understand why people thought that. I don't know what bad advice they were listening to. Then there were a bunch of people, and I'm not going to bust these people's balls because I think they were a little more, They were a little closer to where I was thinking. They're like, you're going to go away for, you're going to have to serve like 30 days or whatever. And that's what I was thinking. Like, I was going into today going, look, we fucked up on the violation. That's legit. I don't think the prosecutor liked the deal that we cut initially. So if they got the violation, they were going to do what they could with it. So I kind of thought it 30. I'll say this about my sentencing hearing. This judge, unbelievably fair. Like, I mean, by the book, like, just, it's unbelievable. Like, being a judge, how these people can just shut off biases and just do their job. It's one of the rarest jobs in the world. I really do think defense lawyers are heroes, because I do believe, in going through the system, I do believe that it's not designed for innocent until proven guilty. It's designed to break human beings. I think it really is designed to break human beings. I think there's an assumption of guilt from the beginning in our system in general. That's kind of how I feel going through it. But like, the one thing I'm impressed with is, one, defense attorneys. They're incredible people. They really are like the last vanguard against violations of the Constitution. The other thing is judges, man. And I don't know, maybe there's some bad ones out there. I have no idea. But the way they're able to just see through and cut through bullshit and just deliver, I was so impressed by that. So what happened today was, because of the one violation, the state of Minnesota wanted 45 days. And I was just like, we thought it should be 0. We thought just stick to the agreement, because I've been a good boy for 3 months. I thought they would just do, we were like, we'll make it 0. And they were like, make it 45. And what they ended up on was 8. Now, I understand not a lot of people go through the system, so I'm not going to get mad at you for getting shit wrong. It's okay. And I know you hate me, so you want it to be as bad as possible. When the sentence is 15 and you have 2 days served, I got credit for 2 days served, you serve 10 of the 15. So sometimes you hear about people who get like 4 years in jail, right? They get 4 years, they're out in 2. Like, oh, how the hell does that happen? Well, I'll get 15 sentenced, served 10, time served for 2. So it's going to be 8 days, which, look, I mean, if you just do it by the math, the state of Minnesota wanted 45 days. We wanted 0. We got 8. You can't really look a gift horse in the mouth. And this is what I mean by, I thought the judge just did a fantastic job, just did their job, called it right down the middle. Basically what the judge said was, I'm going to honor the deal. You plead guilty to this, I'll dismiss the felony. Cool. Awesome. But because you had that violation, here's basically a week of time. What the deal called for was, I was going to get a 364-day sentence, stayed with 2 years probation, up to 2 years probation, and that's at the discretion of probation. And we're going to do this, and then we're going to do the show. I know a lot of you want to do this like the whole show. I'm not going to. I'm so thankful for today. It's over. It's done with. It's full speed ahead. I'm so happy that this is finally over, and we can put it all behind us. And hopefully you can. If you can't put it, like if I can put it behind me, and you watching this, you can't put it behind you as just a viewer, you really do need to have your brain checked for some parasocial problems. Because, look, I don't care if you get over it, but if you can't get over it, I need it to get through your head somehow. It's a you problem, not a me problem. I don't know what, you should be thrilled. Like, you should be if you hate my guts, you should be thrilled. If you're thinking 8 days is bad, like 8 days is crazy for this whole thing. Like, it's wild. It really is. It's mind-boggling. But you should be very thrilled about it. I don't understand why you wouldn't be. So the state wants 45. We get 8. We wanted 0. We get 8. Nobody's happy. Everybody's happy. I think the judge did perfect job. They said, look, you'd be getting your way, but you got the one violation. Boom. There you go. 8 days. So that's where we're at now. And I got to tell you, it feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. And again, it wouldn't be nothing if I didn't do something stupid. I did something stupid. You pay a price for it. You move on with your life. And again, if this is going to trigger you, if this reaction is going to upset you, again, I'm sorry. I can't be what you need me to be. I just have to be authentic. So there you go. Down and dirty. It was very nice that second violation thing, the judge did throw that out. They said, I'm not considering that because I agree with Mr. Imholt, Mr. Peterson. That's got a lot of questions on that one. I did say today that I am out of the Gino Bisconti business. That is 1,000% accurate. Look, man, the dude's reckless. What can I say? Gino Bisconti's a reckless guy. And you can't have reckless people like that in your orbit when you got crazy shit going on. You know, I really do feel like the weight of the world, like there were so many different factions and thousands of people trying to shove you down into this box, like into this grave, and you popped out of it and you made it and it's over with now. But like after you win, you know, I always say we won the war. Now after you win the war, that doesn't mean you just gloat and you go, oh, we won the war, blah, blah, whatever. These people are dumb. You know, these viewers that, you know, troll people, they're dumb. You can talk that kind of shit all day long. But you also have to look inside your own camp and you got to say, all right, who's with me and who's for themselves? And I did say in court today, I said I will never again work with Gino Bisconti publicly or professionally. And that is 1,000% true. I've even told Gino this. I've said, I can't work with you. I'm sorry. You're reckless. He says, he's like, oh, we're laughing about the disavow. No, I disavow the shit he says. I think he says wild, crazy, offensive shit. And I don't think he should. I think it's bad for him, quite frankly. But when I said that I found, you know, Gino's words about different things disgusting and everything, I do. I find them really, really gross. And I think for his own mental health, he should stop. I think, he keeps saying, oh, you fuck around in that Dabbleverse, it eats at your soul, blah, blah, blah. And I think he's right. I agree with him. I think all these people have kind of, their souls have rotted out. Yours included if you're into that. No offense. But I don't think he realizes that he's so neck deep in it, he can't pull it himself out. And I think it's rotted his soul. You got to get up into that rarefied air, if you ask me. So I got to say thank you to a bunch of people. We had some people throwing money at the toe, not only this morning, but throughout the day. It was wonderful. Thank you to the person who wants to stay anonymous, who threw $100 at the PayPal. I appreciate that. So no goal tonight, no goal this morning, no goal tomorrow morning. And I think like $90 away from tomorrow evening. So anything you guys throw in goes to... goes to tomorrow night, which is Wednesday. What you should have learned from, or numero uno says, what you should have learned from the Super Bowl is whoever says another win for the toe gets the win. By the way, he wrote me a song. It was very nice. Numero uno with $1 also says, it's like I always say, with friends like Gino, who needs hunchbacks? And I see a lot of people are upset that I'm not mad or I'm not in a terrible mood. Again, guys, you got to check yourselves. You're hurting you're only hurting you when you do that stuff. Joey Caravello with $5 says, Aaron, you'll be fine. Join the Aryan Brotherhood. It's not that kind of a thing. I'm going to have to take the bricks and like build the prison wall like they did back in the 1800s. Just wall yourself in. Oh, man. Numero uno says, did you try bargaining with the judge? If Johnny can stand for 30 minutes, she knocks it down to 4 days. It's like a goal. Yeah, Sage Retard is upset. Atomic Ray with $2 says, you are going to get so fucking fat. Wait, why? Why am I going to get fat? Cleaner with $2 says, what's the story about you getting put on the fender list? No. No, there's a lot of people who got a lot of things wrong. I think because it was wishful thinking on their part. Like some people just wanted certain things to be true. It didn't end up being that way. Oh, well, again, I think you guys are going to be fine. I really do. You know, you'll get bored. You'll go away. The toe will keep doing its show. And by God, I think you guys are going to get healthy. I'm telling you right now. Thank you very much to Rabbi Smoothie. Becoming a member for 6 months, says, rest easy, Gino. He says, we will take the watch and see you in Valhalla, brother. People are going with the, oh God, I missed it now with the visits. God damn it. Where'd it go? Oh, there you go. Drunken Donuts. Will you get a communal visit with SP? I'm not exactly sure how it works yet. Oh my God. Thank you very much. Unforced ego. Unbelievable. Give that man an Elon, huh? Throw it up for him.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Unbelievable. $200 from Unforced Ego. Says, another win for the toe. Ups to you for taking accountability for your actions, brother. Some people are incapable of self-reflection and repentance, so be grateful. Yeah, people were mad that I referenced my newfound faith. They were mad about that. That's helped me a ton. So I was happy to profess that in front of a court, in front of people. If you're, I'm going to try to give you some advice, even though you're not going to like it, you're not going to take it. If you live in your life for somebody else, whether it's me or anyone else, you're going to have problems. You're going to wonder why everyone else is so happy and you're so fucking mad all the time. I don't know what to I mean, again, I don't care if you figure that out, but I hope you do, because sometimes I see some of you and I go, God, that would be a depressing way to live. Rebel Fluff, becoming a member for 39 months, says, so the reunion with Jamal's pink black stick is off then. Craig Said Words, becoming a member for 3 months, says, hey, Sully, I left the Snickers on your bed. See you soon. Oh, man, those are going to come in hot and heavy from Steel Toe fans. Oh, boy. Comfortably Numb with $4.99 says, you got this. Like I said, I am just, I'm happy with the way it went. It went better than I thought it would. Because the state of Minnesota, when it came to me, they were out for blood. They were really out for blood. And again, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, the judge gave us exactly what No, the judge gave, got to do 8 more days than I wanted to do. But I think what the judge did was they went, look, you would have got it your way, but here's this little fuck up in the middle. Here's 8 days for it. I think that was the logic. And look, they can't shoot you with your own gun if you don't hand it to them. That's the deal. So we got Sanford Son in first with $210. We got Unforced Ego in second with $200. In third place, we got On a Wall at 30. TDR Shit Show in fourth. He's looking at 25. And in the cuck chair, Happy Wawa Customer with $25. Thank you very, very much. Well, guys, like I said, I am so glad it's over. I'm so glad it's done with. And we just got one little, the cost of your actions left to go. That's what it is. Just that cost of your actions is left. So thank you, guys. City of Shoreview with $1 says, stay friends with Gino. Invite him over here for the anniversary show to hang out, but that's it. Kiki is much more rational. Look, I think, I think I said it perfectly. Publicly and professionally, I will not be working with Gino Bisconti anymore. I won't. Parlock with $2 says you shouldn't have gotten any time. Well, again, that's what I said. That's what our argument was. The other argument was 45. It was a little closer to our way, but it's less than they wanted, more than we wanted. And isn't that what a compromise is? Like I said, I think that judge played it beautifully. I do. I think they did. Judge Heidi Schultz, I believe, did a great job. Sanford's son with $10 says, no goal. 99 from 700 is a goal, is it not? No. That is letting you guys know that we crossed over 600 for the first time ever in this show's history. And now it's on to 700 is the next one. Atomic Ray with $3 says freedom. Yeah, so that's what's next. I think we're oh shit, I just saw something that I wanted to get to. Oh fuck, there it is. Text message coming in. I had it and I lost it. Fuck. Yep, it was a meme of purple FTW Andy. I'm guessing Annoyed Wawa supervisor sent this in. He said, we have the buy watch. See you in Valhalla, brother. Thank you. I'm guessing I won't be seeing that like a lot in the future. All right. Off we go. We got a lot of stuff to get into. Thank you, Jahar, for the $1. I appreciate that. I'm so far behind in all of your guys' stuff. Thank you again so much. So do you have to do 8 days or no? Yes, I will have to. It'll be a total of 8 is what I'll have to do. I got to go to Matthew Q with $2. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Matthew Q. I think that's what our argument is, but the lovely state of Minnesota. Kina with $2 says, peace be with you. Thank you. Cleaner with $2 says, no one record a White Power Hour celebration on a DIY recordable greeting card you can buy off Amazon. Aaron would love that too much. Thank you, buddy. Silver Wolf with $1. Thank you, pal. He says, skip to 20 seconds. This will be you. Okay. Come on. Give me the goddamn thing. No, not the Keith Urban thing. Here we go. 20 seconds in. The naked gun. Oh. Here you go.
All right, in here. Ain't no prison yet can hold me. Attica! Howard and the brothers. Kill Whitey!
I don't think I'm going to go in yelling, kill Whitey. I don't think that, that's not my approach that I'm going with thus far. Jesus. It's going to be fun with you guys the next month or so. Kevin Soundboard, now you can finally get that swastika tattoo you've always wanted. Thank you. And people are like, oh, you make jokes and this and that. Like, I'm a performer online. Like, if I can't have a sense of humor about anything and everything that happens, like, what's the fucking point? Thank you, Nova. I appreciate it. You are correct, sir. Professor Tie-Dye with $5 says a lot of people are bummed you are not getting your butt cherry smashed and the steel toe adult diaper arc. But as a former case manager in Minnesota, this is the best outcome that could happen. Yeah, look, I can't, I think the only way I can say it and the only thing I prepared for you guys today was we wanted 0. They wanted 45. We got 8. That's the best way I can put it. And honestly, I was thinking 30. I'll be honest with you. I was thinking 30, and I was really pleased that it wasn't that. Because look, the violation thing we had, the one, that was a fuck up. And that'll cost you. Hulkamasha Baby with $1 says, read my other rant, queer. Oh, now we're calling me a queer. This isn't very nice. Where is it? I hear balding middle-aged man ass is a premium currency inside. Godspeed, Aaron. Thank you. I did miss that one. You're right. You're right. Thank you guys very much. Look, you've already knocked out tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's already over. I can't even count what Thursday night is at now. It's at like 75 or something like that. I'm going to have to go back and count. I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. Let's get into some shit. So if you're here for coverage of today, that's about it. That's about it. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says, also, Dad doing 8 days? Your kid is definitely going to be great at football now. Fucking guy. Aaron, are you going to do 8 straight or did you get weekends? And you better watch Oz to get prepped. Oh, and get prep. Those jokes, of course. We don't know yet. It's kind of up in the air. It's not decided at the moment. People have I've had people writing to me today. They've been like, dude, just do it all at once. Just do it the whole way through. And I'm like, I'm just I'm just going to kind of probably talk to some people, see what they think, see what the deal is, see I don't know what's out there. Honestly, guys, here's what I know. I know what happened today. That's it. That's what I'm not privy to much more information. The only things I got to straighten out today was people are saying 15, it's 8. And there were a lot of people who thought the felony was going to be on the table. It never was. And there were people who thought I was going to jail today, which again, never was. Aaron, did you see this news story? Says Red Fox Mad. Thank you for the $5. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of these coming in. I'm having a hell of a time keeping track of them. Atomic Ray with $1 says we can give you enough in the commissary account to buy everything in the vending machines on the inside. We can send the message to those forgotten. The tow is here to save their stay. Thank you. Numero uno with $1 says, can we get it on the record that Tom Myers is in the Rumble chat lying about not having the DMs from Adam Friedland anymore? He's scared of going on the show. Oh, maybe Nick Mullins. No, not Nick Mullins. Is it Nick Mullen? Yeah, Nick Mullen, the comedian who was on with Adam Friedland. Nick Mullen will jump out and scare him. Vito, you fucker. Let me tell you something about Vito, and this might actually get him in trouble with some people. Vito is good friends with some of these people who are like vehement, Aaron's the worst guy who ever lived people. And Vito has always been jokey and fun and cool to me. Whether he says shit about me behind my back is one thing, but he's always been very cool in messages and stuff like that. $5 from Vito says, get yourself a Snickers from the commissary. Sanford's son with $200. Thank you very much. Says Thursday. What's a Thursday? Oh my God.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Jesus, you guys. All right, so now I'm keeping track. Hold on a second. So now you guys are well into Monday evening, as I understand it. Jesus. Oh, $1 from numero uno Josh Denny fan says, let's talk turkey. How many packs of smoke for you to do the parody songs? I'm not going to do the parody songs today. They're a little... I got to go over the lyrics one more time to make sure they're cool. Well, holy shit, you guys. I really do appreciate it. So now about $40 into Monday... Or no, Tuesday evening. Tuesday evening. $10 from Miss Tay says, word on the street is that Gino is a massive faggot, but I cannot confirm or deny. You know what the worst part about Gino is that he knows he's fucked up. He knows he's hurt people. He knows he's kind of like done wrong, but you'll never get him to admit it. In fact, if you tell him he has, he'll double down. That's just his nature. Some people are like that. I've known people like that my whole life. Rummage Sale with a good question says, do you have to give up alcohol? Oh, that's another thing. The state did ask, and I thought this was really weird because it's not an alcohol or chemical offense. They said, the state said, well, we want him to not be able to drink because sometimes he has a beer on his show. And I'm like, how fucking often are you watching the toe? I probably have a beer once every 20, 30 shows. So, like, how much toe is the state of Minnesota consuming? But the judge kind of, she passed. She didn't even, like, address that one. She just kind of, it was kind of like that second violation. She's like, no, that's not a thing. Sorry. I can't say enough how great that judge is. She was, like, I couldn't get a read on her for this whole last year. I couldn't get a read on what she was thinking, feeling, doing, anything. And then when she came down with a sentence, it was like the most fair thing you could come up with. I thought she did. She's a pro, man. She's a real pro. Gray Duckling with $5 says, really sad when I know your bathroom schedule between 6 and 11, 1 to 3 a show, and you wash your hands. Well, I get back from the, I get back from the bathroom so quick sometimes that you guys accuse me of not washing my hands, and it hurts my feelings. Numero uno with $1 says, in your defense, you were totally sober almost every time you did something remarkably stupid. Thanks, buddy. Jaxie Games with $4.99 says, does this mean you're leaving the Dabbleverse? I'm not in it. You guys are the ones who want me in it. I go on and I do a show talking about the news and stuff. You've always needed me. I'm kind of your son, and you all kind of orbit around me. I'm the big dog. I've got too many things going on for you guys to be around you guys. You guys are embarrassing, no offense. But I will say what's up to your boy Jackson. Sounds like a decent enough guy. The Cleaner says, Aaron cuts time by pissing on his hands. That's not accurate. I do not. In no way am I pissing on my hands. I swear it. All right, 500 of you checking out the toe. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. Sorry, guys. We're going to get into, the actual show we do. I apologize for that. You're going to be okay. All right? You're going to live. There were only a couple. Look, there were only 2 $200 super chats. There was only one $100 PayPal. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Promise you. This person writes in, casual jail sentence. Good news. You still have a shot at fathering one of Haley's kids. First one with combable hair. Oh, God, Jesus. It's mean. If you run 8 straight, you'll have to poop in public. Avoid. Oh, boy. No, thank you. Paul says, no more naked poops in your cell. Oh, God damn it to heck shoot. Thank you guys very much for your contributions to our fine program. I wish you guys weren't funny. I really wish you guys weren't funny. Hurts me to admit you're humorous. You also, I've been in pretty good spirits today, and you have managed to even lift those spirits. So, again, thank you. Kids, let me give you this piece of advice. Keep your nose clean. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble with the law. Obey the law. Still the best country in the world for all its faults and its foibles and everything else. It's still the best country out there. Keep your nose clean. Stay out of the system. Stay away from the system. It's because, again, like anything else, it has its faults and it has its foibles. But if you keep yourself out of it, then you can't put yourself in a position for something bad to happen to you. Okay? So take it from me. Keep your nose clean. Don't make excuses. When you fuck up, you stand up there. You take your sentence like a man. That's what you do. $2 from Gray Duckling says, sorry, slap my ass out. Yeah, don't make excuses, anything like that. You did what you did. You serve your sentence and you move on. That's life. All right, let's get into it. We got the Iowa superintendent story is taking a turn today. Thank you, Red Fox Mad, for sending this one in. It looks like we have a conclusion, a professional conclusion to the Iowa superintendent story that we have been talking about for the last week or so. And if you didn't know, there was an illegal immigrant who had risen to the ranks of superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools, was making $270,000 a year. And he's out. He's done because they caught him being illegal. The Trump administration didn't even catch him being illegal. The Biden administration back in 2024 gave him his final, get out of the country, his deportation order. And I guess the Iowa school board didn't get that deportation order, and the Trump administration is now enforcing it. And the school, last we had heard, the school district had suspended him without pay. We've got a break on that.
Now, immigration attorney Renata Castro. Renata, great to see you. Thanks for your time. So this is obviously a developing story. New information continues to come out. I do want to talk about some of the things that Rich just touched on. But first, ICE officials say he is in the country illegally. He had no work authorization. He was subject to this final removal order issued last year. What is your reaction, first of all, just to his arrest?
I am surprised that they have, for lack of a better expression, nitpicked an individual who is high profile.
Whoa. Take it easy. Nitpicked. I thought we were saying something offensive. That would be dreadful.
This kind of reminds me when 21 Savage, the famous rapper, was detained in Atlanta during Trump's first term.
What?
This is a very big case that will gain a lot of notoriety nationwide.
Did she just say that some illegal Iowa superintendent is the same as some really famous rapper guy getting arrested? Yeah, same thing. They're black, right? This lady's kind of low-key Latina racist. But she's just like, oh, yeah. So this kind of reminds me of the last time I saw a black guy who, made the news for getting arrested and detained and shit. It's like, no, it has nothing to do with the 21 Savage thing in Atlanta. This is completely different from that.
How immigration verification or verification of employment authorization, even by government officials, can be really faulty. And I think that this is a situation that this gentleman finds himself in.
All right. So moments ago, we did hear from his lawyer giving the public an update. I'd like to listen to some more of that.
We will today be sending a letter to the Des Moines School Board authorized by Dr. Roberts to resign his position as a superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools. That is going to go out.
So
it's
he's
been
done.
authorized.
Okay.
It's not sent out. You're going to get a copy of that letter. You also will get a copy of the letter from Texas saying that everything was okay. His case was resolved successfully in April of 2025.
Okay, Renata.
So he's done. They're kicking him out. They're accepting his resignation. I wonder. I really do wonder if they knew while he was there and they just there's part of me that feels like, yeah, okay, this Ian Roberts guy, he lied about his immigration status. He lied about his birthday 2 or 3 times. But also, I don't think the school district should get let off the hook because I'm not so sure they didn't know about this and just went, well, fuck it. It's Des Moines, Iowa, and he's black. It'll make us look good, so just, keep him there. Who gives a shit? It's the Biden administration. It's not like Trump's going to get back in there. I feel like they had something to do with this, too. And I feel like they're kind of letting this guy hang a little bit. Not that he shouldn't be deported. The law should be followed. Absolutely, I have no problem with that. But I feel like the school, it gets to look like the good guy. And we're like, oh, we're shocked to find out our superintendent wasn't illegal. I believe they knew. I do. Unforced Ego with another $21. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate that. Give him an Alex Jones.
I have sworn on the altar of God, total resistance against every form of tyranny, against the mind of men.
That's going to put him at 221. Thank you, Unforced Ego. Aaron Brown with $5. That's kind of what we're working out, Aaron, for a schedule. That's exactly what we're looking for. Redbird with $1 says, what? Once again, someone that everyone told you is a problem that you were in denial about showed their true colors. All things considered, you got off light for how much of a dumbass you are. Look, man, like I said, I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative that there was the 45 days were on the table and they went with 8. I am thankful. I did throw up a little prayer before the hearing. Can't say it hurt, you know. Can't say it hurt. Thank you very much to Steven with $300. God damn, Steven. Thank you for the $300 on PayPal.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Oh my God. You guys understand you're $60 away from being done with all of next week's evening show goals. Because I'm putting all of this towards the evening show. You're $60 away from having no goals during the evening show next week. Ryobi with $2 says that guy's PhD is fake too. Oh God, he's got 3 stories about everything in his life, this guy. He's got 3 birthdays. He's got 3 different colleges he went to. I mean, he's been all over the place this whole time. So I wonder. Papa Shop says, stop trusting Italians. Yeah, dude, I'm getting it from Nova too. He's like, I told you. I know, I get it. This is this is another one of those times where you don't fight people when they were proven right. You just go, yeah, you know what? You got me there. Nice podcast, Stupid with $2 says today was a W for the toe. Here's $2 from the commissary. I can't say that having to go to jail anywhere from 1 to 8 different times is necessarily a W for the toe. It could have gone a lot worse. Let's call it a draw. All right, let's call it a draw for the toe. The felony's out of there, which is fantastic news. 8 days. I'm biased. Like when I say it should have been 0, I'm obviously coming at it from my angle. So thank you very much, Dan, from Nice Podcast Stupid. There's podcasters and stuff that they let that Nice Podcast Stupid guy get to him. Like, am I the only one who sees Dan as like, Dan's just having fun? Dan's also giving what Dan's doing is he's giving bigger shows. And Dan, you should do this during the morning when there's like 6 or 7, not like, what are we looking at now with just the 2 main ones? 282 and 175, 450? Is my math right there? About 450. Yeah, you got to do this during the morning and get some bang for your buck, my dude. But thank you for the 2. I appreciate it. Dan's just trying to throw $2 at different podcasts, get them to read his thing and say, Nice Podcast Stupid. Dan, throw another $2 in there and tell everyone when your podcast is. Papa Shab says, I suggest doing butt crunches to prepare. Actually, one of the things that I've been talking about is, because I have been in there for 6 hours at a time during the arraignment stuff and all that. A lot of time to do. If I don't come out of there in a little bit better shape, then I'm the laziest fucking guy in the world because it's not a ton of food. And you should be like, you got nothing but time. You can go in there. You can do planks. You can do sit-ups. You can do all kinds of stuff to work out. So if I don't come out of there looking a little better, you can legitimately call me the fattest, laziest fuck that there ever was. 383 Novocaine with $1 says an OG Poogie Devil Drug Christ Lord told me your new prison name splurged me in the ass. Happy hog. I'm a whore. That's not my name. Wally World with $5 says he was supervisor in a Pennsylvania school district before they had to settle and pay out like $400,000 to settle a sex discrimination suit against him. Holy shit. $1 from the cleaner says, let's meet in the middle and call it another sore ass for the toe and call yourself gay. Why? Why should I have to do that? And thank you, Aboliticious, for gifting a membership. So now what are we at? 98. 98 away from 700 all time. The fact that we're over 1,000 members on the two things is crazy. Kev the Great. Oh, God. Kev the Great seething over the 8-day thing. Jesus Christ. What's the 8-day lie? It's 15. Okay, kiddo. We've explained this already. 15, serve 10, and time served 2, that's 8. So we got to figure out how the 8 days are getting. It shouldn't Kev the Great, it really shouldn't upset you that much. Like this really shouldn't make you this mad, buddy. I just, you can't stop me for feeling for guys like you, because it's really does seem like kind of a waste of a life and kind of waste of potential, if you ask me. Onward we go. So you guys are now $50. Jesus, $50 away from Thursday night's goal. Oh, Dustin with $10 says, good job today, Toe. Well, I didn't really do much of anything, but thank you. I appreciate it. 40 away from being goal-free all next week. Dan Vicious with $2 says, this guy is going to be doing the Reading Rainbow. The Reading Rainbow is still on? I didn't know. Really? Does he have... There have been 2 hosts in the history of Reading Rainbow, the legend of literacy, LeVar Burton, and me, Michael Threets, a librarian. I was raised on Reading Rainbow. LeVar Burton is my hero. I am a reader. I am a librarian because LeVar Burton and Reading Rainbow so powerfully made us believe we belong in books. We belong everywhere. I am so happy for all of us that Reading Rainbow is returning. You all did this. We're flying twice as high. Butterflies in the sky. Stay tuned. He just looks like a mildly downsy Samoan man. I don't really see what the problem is. Is it like, what's the controversy? There's always a fucking controversy now. Something is always wrong. What's his name? Michael Threets. Based in Fairfield, California. Is known for his social media videos and affirming messages. He seems fine. Seems like a nice enough guy. He's 35 years old. Looks a little shot out for 35. Not that I can really talk. Yeah, seems fine. He's got 600,000 people on TikTok, which is now owned by our friends at Oracle. By the way, if you have any criticism of Israel's policy in the Middle East and you'd like to post it on TikTok, you might want to get that in now, my friends. You might want to get that in now. Because once they take over for good, I think the censorship might tighten up a little bit. Hey, remember when we thought that the Chinese owning TikTok was like the worst thing in the world because the Chinese did this thing where they owned TikTok, but they banned it in their own country because they knew it could brainwash people and fuck up entire societies. But then we ate it up like gruel, like slop. Yeah. I have a feeling that Oracle might be doing just about the same thing. Taste Fairy Iolta, wouldn't that be great if he really did do the Samoan shit? Take a look. It's in a book, Oos. That would be I'd love that. MSO says Israel owns it now. What's his name? Larry Ellison is now the owner of TikTok. I'm sure I'm worried over nothing, and I'm sure that it's all going to be just fine. I saw a news thing from that Cigar and Crystal Ball show. They were talking about that Trump Mideast peace proposal we were talking about today. And they said that the Palestinians fucking hate it. It's a non-starter for them. And we said that this morning. We're like, this looks like it was written by Trump and Netanyahu together and went, hey, it's fine. Here you go. Like Israel gets to still occupy some of Gaza until like some international force takes over. It's just, But then Israel just backs out of Gaza slowly once certain checkpoints are made. And you know Israel, they're going to take every kid throwing a rock at an IDF soldier is like, oh my God, it's a violation. What are we going to do? We're being attacked and all that shit. So I don't even think that the Palestinians are going to look twice at that peace deal. Bapa Shab says they are bragging about buying up every social media company. Why is the leader of a foreign nation bragging about that? It's open 5th generation warfare against our country. I had a link and I lost it. Can you find me that link of Netanyahu bragging? He was bragging about owning Twitter. He was bragging about having the ear of Zuckerberg. He was arguing about, he was bragging about like Elon. Elon is a good friend of ours. We can tell Elon. Like Netanyahu was basically coming out and going, I can basically tell all these social media people what I'd like. Well, I mean, you remember Israel's the one that got their, the pedo guy that they sent back to Tel Aviv. He's the one who got Grok taken down for a while because Grok was writing some kind of heavy shit about Hitler. So it's they do pull some strings over at X. Loaded Wrench with $5 says, I started the rumors that this is you. Oh God. Now what? What did I do now?
Hold still. You gotta look good for the portal. There you go. You wanna go out tonight? Me and some of the guys were thinking about going down to the laundry room.
It's not me. It's not.
Drinking some toilet wine and beating up some of the new guys.
Or we could just stay in and drink toilet wine here.
We never go out anymore.
That's not. Neither of those two are me. I don't know where you get this idea from. Loaded Wrench, you start so many rumors, and I don't get them. I don't get them. Thank you, Bapa Shab. Thank you for sending that to me. Here we go. Where's the... Yeah, Numero Uno says, remember when you were jizzing your pants because Trump said the F word because he was frustrated at Netanyahu? I'll tell you this. Nobody butt fucks and makes up quite like Trump and Netanyahu. Boy, I tell you, Trump's mad at Bibi for like a couple of days, and then all of a sudden they're smooching again. They're cool. They're totally fine. Bibi and Trump are best buddies. I don't like what Bibi did with Doha, Qatar. He shouldn't have bombed them. Shouldn't have bombed them. And then the next day he's like, Israel has a right to murder all the Muslims. It's fucking insane. Like, it's so crazy. Like, Trump has, you know, like when dogs go too far out of the yard and they get the electric zap, the electric fence, the invisible fence. It's like Trump has an invisible fence for his Israeli criticism. He's like, they shouldn't be violating the ceasefire with Iran. And they're like, one more bomb. Like, it's just, he just gets a little zap. He's like, oh God, there's no two-state solution.
He said, we talked about the woke right. And he said, I call it the woke Reich.
Get it, Nazis. Like, whenever we're facing legitimate criticism about anything, all we have to do is say Nazis, 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 remember? Yeah, no, we all remember the Nazis. It's the thing you're acting like in Gaza.
That's a brilliant observation. The woke Reich, because these people, you know, they're not any different from the woke left. I mean, they're insane. They're loonies. But they're actually meeting on some of the things. And what we have to do is we have to secure that part of the base of our support in the United States. That is being challenged systematically. A lot of this is done with money.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Like, do you really think that this guy is beneath the United States? Do you really think the United States runs Israel? Look at how comfortable he is just sitting back going, a lot of it. Like, it's not like he didn't know mics were on. He's going, it's all about money. We just have to control these people with money. Throw enough money at these people. He's saying in the United States, they're starting to dissent against Israel. So it's about money. It's like Bibi Netanyahu is so evil that he doesn't just say the quiet part out loud. He shouts it and throws a parade for the quiet part.
Money of NGOs, vast. Money of governments, vaster. Okay? We have to fight back.
What? Why is it when we say it about Israel, it's anti-Semitism? But when he says it, it's policy. We sit here and we go, Israel funnels money through NGOs. Not BIs, though. No BIs, just NGOs. I call them NGOs. You're allowed to turn it off anytime. It's not going to get better than this. I'm trying to tell you. But when we say Israel funnels money through NGOs, and Israel funnels money through social media, and Israel funnels money through our politicians and our conservative groups, it's like, dude, you're saying that Israel manipulates the media. Oh, that's anti-Semitic. But then Netanyahu goes up there and he goes, we got to funnel a bunch of money through the media. We got to funnel a bunch of money through NGOs. We got to funnel a bunch of money through social media apps. And it's like, that's his foreign policy. Wow. Talk about gaslighting.
How do we fight back? Our influencers. I think you should also talk to them if you have a chance. To that community, they're very important. And secondly, we're going to have to use the tools of battle. You know, the weapons change over time. You can't fight today with swords. That doesn't work very well. Okay, and you can't fight with cavalry. That doesn't work very well. And you have these new things, you know, like drones, things like that. I won't get into that.
Whoa. Did he just say we need to drone bomb people who criticize Israel? Is that? It's like, you have these new things, they're called drones. You have to fight that way. Whoa.
But we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefields in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are the social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential. And the other one?
He's again, if I say, Israel just bought TikTok, that's anti-Semitic just because Larry Ellison's Jewish, now that means that Israel owns TikTok. I'm not saying it. He's saying it. He's saying selling TikTok to Ellison's going to be great for Israel. It's the craziest thing, man. You become totally victimized. They totally run you through the mud when you just say what they're doing. It would be like if we were in the 40s and you went, as Adolf Hitler's rounding up Jews and sending them to ghettos and treating them like shit. And they went, wow, you're really anti-Germanic, aren't you? You really have a bias against German people. God, you are just so hateful. And then Hitler goes up on his speech and goes, we are rounding up people and putting them in ghettos and treating them less than human. It's like, they called me a German hater when I said that.
What's the other one that's most important? X. Exactly. Very good. And
very good, Goy. Good work, Goy, for saying exactly what he's practicing his fucking puppeteering the media skills, and they don't even know. They laugh with him. He's like, all right, what else am I thinking? X. Very good. Very good. And the media guy, forgetting that he's supposed to be covering this guy critically, goes, Benjamin said I did good. He said I did a good job.
No, so we have to talk to Elon. He's not an enemy. He's a friend. We should talk to him. Now, if we can get those two things, we get a lot. And I could go on other things, but that's not the point right now. We have to fight the fight, okay? To give direction to the Jewish people and give direction to our non-Jewish friends or those who could be our Jewish our friends. Are we going to succeed with everyone? No. Will there be a strong counterpart? Yes.
It's everything we've been saying about him. But he doesn't get called out for it. Like, he just gets to say it. Like, he just gets to go, yeah, we got to use our controls in the media. Yeah, we got to use our controlled people that we have in social media. And it's like, oh, yeah, it's pretty smart. Oh, shit. Kevin Soundboard says, yeah, I need to scrub my ex. You might want to scrub your TikToks, scrub your ex, get rid of all of it. Kevin Soundboard says, I've been there. It is a ghetto. He justifies the Holocaust when he's, oh, Jesus, that's Kevin Soundboard. Jesus. I really did just read that. Says, I've been there. It is ghetto because Israel won't let them build. Oh, Gaza? Yeah, well, and they've bombed everything. Papa Shab says he just threatened us. Yes, he did. He just threatened us. Root says, calling him BB gets under my skin worse than calling Keanu Kiki. Fucking parrot names or ghetto black broad names. Well, Roots, would you like me to call him by his real name? Because his real name is like some Polish name. He adopted Benjamin Netanyahu because he thought it sounded like more Yiddish. It's true. Here, Benjamin Netanyahu birth name. Benjamin Netanyahu's name was originally Benjamin Milikowski. See, that didn't sound very Israeli, did it? Benjamin Milikowski sounds like a guy making pierogies. But Benjamin Netanyahu, that is a different man. Yeah, he's Polish. He's a Polish guy. He was born Benjamin Netanyahu in Tel Aviv in 1949. While living in the United States during his teenage years, he began using the English spelling of his first name, Benjamin. His father, Benzion Netanyahu, was a prominent historian, and his grandfather, Nathan Milikowski, was a rabbi and Zionist writer. So his family's original name was Milikowski, and they changed it because it didn't sound Hebrew enough. So just a little side note for you. Papa Shab says he went by Benjamin Nitan for a short time, and he has like 3 social security numbers. Oh, so he could totally be the next superintendent for Des Moines Public Schools. Perfect. Kevin's soundboard says, sounds like a Soviet. Well, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, what do you want? All right, guys, we got, oh my God, 40. If you're just joining us, we're $40 away from we are $40 away from Thursday's goal. So we had no goal tonight. We knocked out, I'm sorry. No, we're next Thursday. I'm right. We are $40 away from next Thursday's goal. Ridiculous. Thank you guys so much. Lou Sanus with $2 says, when do you check into the hotel, sir? Don't know yet. Might be, it could be sooner. It could be later. If I want to do sooner, it's kind of, I'll know more next week. I got choices, basically. I've got choices. Now they're having an argument in the chat about whether or not Keanu is hot. I think it's a fine usage of your time. So the real reason we were even here today, we've got an hour left in the show, and the real reason we were here today is because Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban are filing for divorce after 19 years of marriage. It's over. After all these years, it's over. A royal couple. Gone. You thought they were going to be together forever, but here's what you didn't anticipate. Nicole Kidman turning 50. Keith Urban still being attractive to young girls 20 years after they got married. Look, here's what I think happened. Now, Kidman has cited, Nicole Kidman filed for divorce. They've been married almost 20 years. She cited irreconcilable differences. Does anybody want to guess what probably happened? Because, again, I have a theory. I have a theory about what happened. Oh, somebody just sent me this. Iraq tweeted out, says Aaron's version of doing weekends isn't exactly following the Kumia model. You fuck. That was a good one. I think what happened was Keith Urban, 50? They're probably both about 50 years old. And Keith Urban aged like 50-year-old men do. And he's probably still touring, still doing music. And Nicole Kidman, who's probably still remarkably attractive at 50 years old, Keith's probably hooking up with some 30-year-old. That's my theory. Now, they could just be sick of each other. They could just be getting a divorce. But I don't know. After 20 years, you're in, right? Like, it doesn't matter what happens. Something really bad would have to happen for you to say fuck it after 20 years. And it's got to be one of them just can't keep their dick in the pants. Like, I think famous people, and this has been proven quite a few times, with famous people, if they're married for like 20 years, sometimes there will be an unwritten agreement that, yeah, the husband's a dog, but just don't embarrass me publicly. You know, we always talk about Ali and a few other people. But I think that I bet you, I think Keith was fucking around. And by the way, my source for this is my own asshole. I think Keith was fucking around. It embarrassed Nicole. I think he's got somebody else. And so she filed and wants to get the fuck out of there. That's what I think. McBuster says his music still sucks, bovine hog. Yeah. No, wait. No, yeah, no. Yeah, All right, full disclosure. Dude, if I name Keith Urban songs I actually like, I'm going to get called gay so hard. You know what? I'm probably going to get called gay no matter what, though, right? Like, I'm probably getting the... All right. Keith Urban songs I like. Where the Blacktop Ends, Shut Up. Days Go By. Kiss a Girl. Sweet Thing. Is that okay? Joey Caravello with $2 says, apparently Nicole caught Keith eating his own mother's ass. Jesus. That is not. It's not true at all. I don't think. That was Joey Caravello. I'm like, oh my God, another person wrote in, Keith Urban was found banging his own mother. Now that is a Joey Caravello. A Joey Caravello original. Right there. Rabbi Smoothie says, I guess you have to know something about Cumia to get the joke. Anthony Cumia is doing Sundays, a weekend radio show on WABC in New York. It's doing weekends kind of a thing. Funny fucker. My Lost Interest says, my source for the Keith Urban breakup is my own asshole, Aaron Imholt. No. I'm not saying my asshole caused the breakup. I'm saying the things I'm saying about their breakup came from my... All right, fine. I could have said it better. Mr. Q says she's 58. Okay. All right, 58 years old. Yeah, so like if Keith Urban's still getting 30-year-old pussy, it's gonna embarrass her. Is he 58? How old? God damn, I'm getting up there. How old is Keith? He's 57. Oh my God. Where the fuck have I been? All right, I got to be honest with you guys. I don't give a shit about Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman. But the inner circle believes Keith is involved. Look at that. Look, I told you. Now it's not just my asshole screaming it. Nicole Kidman, Keith Urban split. It's TMZ too, and they know their stuff. Inner circle believes Keith involved with new woman. I'm going to take off my shoes and run in bare feet. Keith Urban separated from Nicole Kidman and is already involved with a new woman. At least that's what Nicole and Keith's inner circle and the Nashville community believes. See, it just goes to show you, it doesn't matter how big of a city you live in, they're always going to fucking gossip. They can't help themselves. Just all the time. Can't help it. Loaded Wrench with $2 says, you'll never get a top bunk liking those songs. See, that's... By the way, I have a really good feeling that all of those jokes are going to stop real soon. I have a really good feeling that all of those jokes, you guys are going to get it all out of your system today, and then they're all going to go away after that. The cleaner says he's probably fucking a black to be more urban. Oh, I get it. Urban. Do you understand the joke, though? You see, because one thing I'd like to see you guys do, and I was ready to chill tonight, but you guys went nuts throwing money at the toe, and we're only $40 away from having a perfect week next week on the evening shows. So, 40 away. You guys want to do that? Rattle the can, baby. Maryland brothers sentenced in odometer fraud. I love these. I enjoy these kind of stories. We don't do enough of these on the show. Full disclosure. But 2 Maryland brothers have been sentenced to federal prison for an odometer rollback scheme that defrauded used car buyers out of about $1.2 million. See, now I call this the Matilda scam. Because in the movie Matilda, shut up, I was a kid. Danny DeVito's character, Matilda's dad, ran a used car lot. And what he would do is he would go into the odometers and he would spin the reels and he would spin the mileage back. And he would make the cars seem like a really good deal for the price they were, but in reality, he was just committing fraud. I think Matilda got him arrested at the end of the movie. And then she moved in with Miss Honey, which isn't creepy at all in 2025. Kamal Khalid, oh boy, 44 years old of Pasadena, was sentenced to 3 years in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. He pleaded guilty in May to conspiracy to commit securities fraud and securities fraud. His younger brother, Fanu Shahrukh, 31 of Severna Park, pleaded guilty in April to conspiracy to commit securities fraud. He was sentenced to 18 months in prison, and they're both ordered to pay $1.2 million in restitution to their victims. So between 2016 and 2019, prosecutors said the brothers bought high-mileage cars from auto auctions, rolled back the odometers to show lower mileage, and obtained new titles. Excuse me. Oh, my God. And obtained new titles reflecting the fraudulent readings. So this is why I stopped. Like when I was like 19 or 20, I would say, when did I buy my second car? I was like 20 or 21. And I was working in Litchfield at the time. And I had bought a car from a used car lot. Hold on. Jesus. I bought a vehicle from a used car lot in Ramsey, Minnesota. And it was a crazy good deal. What I didn't know was that, I don't know if the odometer was accurate, but it was a Hurricane Sandy vehicle. And up inside, underneath the car, it was completely rusted out. Now, should I have, taken the car somewhere, had it put up on a lift, and they could go, oh, yeah, it's got fucking rust and water damage all over the place? Yeah, probably should have. But a used car place like that doesn't have to have certified used vehicles, doesn't have to be checked out, doesn't have to be given the A-OK. They can just sell it as is to retarded 20 or 21-year-olds who don't really think of shit like that. So really, ever since then, I would say I've only gone to legitimate dealerships because even though you might pay a little more, there's just something about that guarantee, There's something about that guarantee that just, it does it for me. My 72 Pontiac got driven in reverse a lot, says Loaded Wrench. Skills rules today with $10. Thank you very much, buddy. Yeah, nothing wrong with invoking your savior at your hearing. Nothing wrong with that. You promised to never work with Gino again. Yes, that's true. I will never work with Gino again. F Gino. His fingerprints are all over this. Well, look. Gino is his own man, I tell you. And like I said, you're allowed to be angry. Look, man, I've had people writing in support of me. So many people writing in support of me, talking about how they think this is bullshit. Blah blah blah. It's fine. You're allowed to feel that way. People on the other hand, this is bullshit. Aaron's the worst guy who ever lived. I fucking hate this. Nobody's happy, but me. I'm happy. Moving on, onward and upward. Whatever. Paying for your sins, essentially. I don't know how you guys get more mad than the person who's directly affected by it. I really, as long as I can live to 105 years old, I'll never figure it out. Rabbi Smoothie says, if you want a guarantee, I can take a crap in a box and write guaranteed on it. Thank you. Papa Shab says it's not even what he did. He didn't even feel bad after. Look, man, that's Gino. That's just some people, they're I don't want to say set in their ways. Some people just like they have a thing they want to do, and by God, they're going to do it, and it's full steam ahead. That's just the way they are. Thank you very much. Who was that? I appreciated that. Skill Rules Today. I appreciate that, buddy. $30 away from having a perfect week of evening shows next week, of all things. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, so very, very much. Oh yeah, the guy who killed the sea lions. I forgot that I got you guys a lot of weird shit for today. I've got you guys a lot of weird shit. And then I got you guys, Trump said a couple of N-bombs at a meeting today. We'll go into that. One thing I am going to ask, $30 away from perfect next week. Get the fuck out of here. 2 weeks worth of evening show goals hit. Oh, God, the morning show is going to be so jealous of you guys. You guys always keep one-upping those poor morning show bastards. They've got no goal tomorrow. So you guys had to go and clear out a whole 2 weeks. You motherfuckers, I tell you what. All right, decapitated sea lion found. You can't do this, by the way. This is a big thing, like in Minnesota, too. You can't, like, maim and mutilate, like, aquatic life things. Like, you can't fucking cut fish up and leave their guts laying around. You know what I found out, like 5-6 years ago? Something we used to do when I was a kid that apparently you're not allowed to do. I got a lot of shit from like relatives of mine that I was telling family secrets. I didn't know until like 6 years ago that you couldn't cut up sunnies and use them as dogfish bait. It's something we used to do as kids all the time. Don't do it anymore, obviously. But I don't know. The fact that we did that, and I mentioned it on the show, somebody wrote into the show and like, Aaron, you fucking retard. Like the game warden will come and fuck you up and you'll lose your fishing license and everything else. I had no idea it was against the rules. Now you look it up and it's like, if you fuck with wildlife just for the sake of fucking with them, even if you're like fishing or hunting, oh yeah, they'll nail your ass to the wall. The National Marine Fisheries Service on Monday announced a $20,000 reward for information leading to a balding man with a hunting knife who they say was observed decapitating a dead sea lion. Now, why you have to cut off a sea lion's head when it's already perished, I don't know. It does seem a little sadistic. In a bulletin, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Agency said the sea lion was found at Point Pinos Beach on July 27th. A white man in his 50s or 60s. Imagine you're in your 40s and you didn't think you were that overweight. And now all over the news is like, yeah, guy in his 50s or 60s, fat fuck, bald head, shitty beard. And you're like, wait, I mean, I know I did that to a sea lion, but there's no way they're talking about me. He was seen with a hunting knife standing over the dead sea lion without saying who saw him or how the picture of him was taken. The man was seen placing the head of the sea lion in a plastic bag and left in a late model white Cadillac Escalade. It's unclear who took the picture and why NOAA released the information nearly 2 months after. Well, they want the fucker. They don't want that becoming a thing. They do not take kindly when you fuck with wildlife. Like I said, they do not fuck around with that shit. Ozone with $9.99. Thank you very much. Come on, get to that guy's money. I get that Johnny doesn't want to feed the trolls on his own show, but his I don't care about Aaron, how does it affect my life lines from today are off-putting. He's a Gino-level Judas, in my opinion. I strongly disagree with you, and I'll tell you why. I strongly disagree with you because I think Johnny's trying to build his own show and he's trying to build his own audience, and that may take years and years. It may take a really long time. It's a slow way to build your audience, but it's a very good way to build a dependable audience that's just yours. And he doesn't want to build that audience off of Aaron's. He doesn't want to look like he's doing the Aaron Light show. So he's like, I don't give a fuck about Aaron on my show. I'm doing my own thing. I respect that a lot. I really do. The cleaner with $1. Fuck. Again, I'm sure these are all going to go away from this crowd. Says, not to spook you, Aaron. I seen a guy get stabbed fighting over a potato when I was in jail, but I'm sure your experience would be worse. No pressure, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Rusty Grammar with $2 says, Aaron will repent. John 14:6. Also, Mershon Fatrick sodomites. I don't know if that's true. How can they find it? Dan Vicious with $2 says, some of us are morning and night show people. Well, thank you, Dan Vicious. You're a saint. Gray Duckling with $5 says, yeah, you can't shoot woodpeckers either, buddy. No, I've never shot a woodpecker ever in my life. Ever. $20 away from a perfect week of evening shows next week. Roots Calhoun says, Johnny doesn't have years and years and years. That's not true. Johnny started taking the ivermectin now. Said he's already feeling better with all that ivermectin. His hands are coming back already. So I don't know. I think Johnny might be okay. That ivermectin might be saving his ass. The cleaner said Aaron is going to get poked over a spud. Watch. Papa Shab says fighting over a potato might be the only thing that inspires Aaron to fight harder. Hobo with $1 says, when getting fucked in the ass, Aaron, just let it happen. You saw what the sisters did. Thank you. I was in need. I was in need of advice, and I didn't know it until I came in here today. I didn't know the potato game I didn't know it was so elaborate. I wouldn't have known to keep my head on a swivel around my precious potatoes. Johnny is getting himself high off ivermectin. He is, man. He's getting fucked up on that IV. He's getting fucked on that IV mech. What are you going to do? We did the decapitated sea lion story. It's so silly. We got the Trump N-word story. I love him. By the way, Loaded Wrench with $2 says, I just made $20,000 off Corey Adam. Corey Adams got $20,000? Tell him that I could use a co-host on Wednesdays? Maybe he'll answer your texts. All right, let's go to this Donald Trump thing. Trump and Pete Hegseth were both giving speeches on the American military today, and I thought it was really good. Like, they were just talking about how the military needs better physical guidelines and mandates. We need to have a leaner military, not in terms of like enlisted people, but like the shape people have to be in. I actually think Pete Hegseth, for all his kind of boneheaded flaws, I think he really means well in the Department of Defense, and I do think he wants to take the military in the right direction. But I'll tell you this, we got a clip tomorrow. The ladies on The View, not happy with the direction the Trump administration wants to take the military. Let's go ahead and listen to Trump today. He said that there's 2 N-words that we shouldn't be using. All right, here we go.
Stupid person that works for him mentioned the word nuclear. I moved a submarine or 2, I won't say about the 2, over to the coast of Russia, just to be careful, because we can't let people throw around that word. I call it the N-word.
Whoa! We already got one of those, buddy. Pick a different one. Nuclear works just fine. There is no reason to call that the N-word. I mean, you're going to be you're going to be in meetings and shit, and people are going to walk in the middle of them. They're not going to know what you're talking about, sir. All right, here's what I said to the Russians. I said, don't make me drop the N-words. What? What are you talking about? You're just going to start yelling the N-word at Vladimir Putin? I'm not just going to yell it at him. I'm going to give it to him. What? What's he talking about?
There are 2 N words, and you can't use either of them.
Oh.
You can't use either of them. And
Do you like how silent it is in there? You can just hear the buzz of his microphone. As he's like, there's 2 N words. One of them's nuclear. The other one's... Oh. My mic cut out for a minute. I was going to say...
frankly, if it does get to use, we have more than anybody else. We have...
What? And which N-word? Which one do we have more of everybody else? The N-word, like the weapon, or the N-word, I don't even know if I can say what that second N-word is. How many of them do we have? We got 350 million. So we got about 35 million. We got like 6,000 some nukes, I think, that are in commission right now. And then the other one, you got about 35, 40 million.
Better, we have newer, but it's something we don't ever want to even have to think about. But when somebody mentions it...
That is true. Republicans do not like to think about either N-word ever. I don't want to hear that any N-words exist. I don't want to know about testing N-words. I don't want to know about launching submarines that are full of N-words. I don't, we dropped N-words on Japan, and they've never been the same.
That submarine started immediately thereafter. And it's just lurking, but I'm sure we're not going to have to use it.
Now, wait a minute. Are we supposed to be telling the world that we're just camping out nuclear subs near Russia? I thought we were supposed to keep that on the QT.
But it's an amazing, it's undetectable, totally. Ours is, theirs isn't.
That's right. Our nuclear submarines are completely undetectable unless some fat retard told everyone it's there. But don't worry, I wouldn't be that dumb when it comes to our N-words. I patted the submarine on the head and I said, that's my N-word right there. It's a Minuteman missile. Dude, I'm starting to worry that the president, I'm not saying he's Joe Biden level, but I feel like he's getting a little old and kooky. Old Donald Trump. He's just spouting off about the N-word in the middle of press briefings. I don't know. Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says, did they have donuts at Johnny's doctor appointments? Johnny is getting a big tummy. Maybe it's the ivermectin. Maybe it's making him fat. Now, dude, now everyone is going to wonder which N-word he's talking about. People... No, hobo, not that kind of fallout. See, that would be when the nuclear word... Nuclear would be the N-word that you'd be using for fallout, not that one. Sam Show says, launching N-words sounds fun, though. Nukes, launching nukes. See, I don't think Trump should have called it the N-word, because now people are going to call it the N-words, and they're like, yeah, I brought an N-word in a B-52, and I'm just going to drop it over some random country. What? You're going to give it a parachute, right? No, N-words don't need parachutes. You just drop them, and then they... all over the place. What? Nuclear weapons? What were you talking about? I don't like what you guys are writing. I can't, mostly because they're very funny and I can't read them. Can't read that one, Cleaner. Very, very funny. No, I mean, I know you guys are trying to combine the words, but I don't think that works either. Joey Caravello with $2 says, when did Johnny realize he was gay? I think he's still in denial. Papa Shab says, Jews have been launching N-words at us since 1963. But they deny it. They deny that they even have any N-words there in Israel. They won't even say. Yeah, Loaded Wrench says, what do they mean by N-word power? No. It's just they're building a power plant. It has nothing to do with the Black Panthers or anything like that. Movie Star Fingernail says both of them are owned by Israel. It doesn't matter anymore. Jesus. Gray Duckling says, does that mean our military is N-word rich? Yeah, I mean, when it comes to numbers, we have the second most N-words in the world, next to Russia. I can't read so many of these. There are so many of these that are just not okay to read out loud. We got a half hour left tonight. I keep scrolling back and forth to both of the main chats, and I'm like, okay, there's some new stuff in there. Not that, not that, not that, not that. Oh, boy. Yeah, my lost interest. Imagine if we had nukes during the Civil War, and like Ulysses Grant was telling Sherman, all right, release the N-words on Atlanta. And he's like, wait, which? Sir, I don't know which order to give. I told you, launch the N-words at Atlanta. And then all of a sudden, like, Sherman does a siege of Atlanta with nothing but escaped slaves. And Grant's like, what the fuck are you doing? I wanted you to nuke Atlanta and send a message. Oh, you meant that. Oh, boy. Oh, gee. Oh, that's an oopsie doodle. I am sorry about that one, Ulysses. That is a nuke, of course. My bad. McBuster says, God bless William Tecumseh Sherman. He does rule. I love William Tecumseh Sherman. He was brutal. He was ruthless. He was a savage animal. The bad man. Why didn't he ever become president, by the way? Did Sherman ever run for president? Did William Sherman ever run for president? I should know this as a history guy. No, General William Tecumseh Sherman never ran for president and famously refused the possibility by stating, I'd burn down every Indian tribe I ever saw. No. I will not accept if nominated and will not serve if elected. What kind of a cunty way to say no? He remained disengaged from party politics and rejected Republican overtures in 1884 to be their presidential candidate. How would that have gone? 1884 election. What happened? Grover Cleveland narrowly defeated James Blaine from Maine. Ugh. James Blaine from Maine was too plain. So they got, William Tecumseh Sherman would have fucking definitely won the 1884 election. Fucking Grover Cleveland. He would have wiped the mat with him. Again, I'm going back into the chat. Can't read that. Can't read that. Can't read that. Can't read that. Jesus, you guys are fucking pigs. All right, you guys are just $20 away from having a perfect week next week on the evening shows. Thank you very much for that. Let's grab. Oh, yeah. Did you guys hear about? I'm sure they're not happy at YouTube today with Donald Trump pulling in $24.5 million. How is a president allowed to do that? Like, how do they let a president just make money off of, where's the view thing? Oh, shit, I lost it. All right, there we go. But, like, if you're the sitting president, how do you just get to make a shitload of money off YouTube banning your account? I mean, I guess technically you have the same rights as everyone else, but, like, it feels like that shit should be beneath you as the president. I guess I was wrong. I just don't belong. So Donald Trump, YouTube agrees to pay Trump $24.5 million to settle a lawsuit over his suspension. So back in the day, after January 6th, Donald Trump had his YouTube account suspended. I think he was kicked off Twitter, and that's where Truth Social came from. He was kicked off Facebook. He was kicked off of everything. So now with this lawsuit, Trump has settled with YouTube, and they've agreed to pay $24.5 million to settle over suspending President Trump's account. This is an admission that it was overt, political, unjustified censorship, and a victory. You know, this is only days after YouTube came out publicly and said, yeah, we censored people's accounts. We gave people strikes. We took down people's channels based on nothing more than political bias. Basically, like if your opinion on COVID didn't match what we wanted here at YouTube, we'd kick your ass down the road. If If your opinion didn't match what our opinion was on the 2020 election, off you go. And now they're saying, yeah, I guess banning the sitting president, because Trump was still in office, banning the sitting president of the United States, not a good look either. But like, why Trump gets 24.5 million? Like, really? Really? Like, I feel like that should like go, because he doesn't need 24.5 million and he's the president of the United States. It should go to like big accounts that got their livelihoods taken away by that YouTube censorship. There should be like a trust fund for him. Thank you very much to Anonymous Fake Dono for $10. Says, glad you finally putting this case behind you. Speaking of putting things behind you, it may be best to practice prison sex with SP and a strap on before you start serving time. All the best, brother. Thank you. Anonymous Fake Dono. Always a pleasure. Shuli Madoff with $2 says, Gino is flat broke. Look, I'm not going to pretend that I don't have a great time hanging out with Gino. I'm not going to pretend that he's not a lot of fun to go out with and drink with. I can't fuck with the guy publicly and professionally anymore. He's a walking pitfall for me. So I can't do it. I think he said a lot of really dumb shit that I'm not associated with. I don't want to be associated with. I have asked not to be associated with it. I don't know how much clearer I can be about that one. Dan Vicious with $1 says, did you see my previous link? No, I didn't. But thank you to Benny the Milkman for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Benny. Let's give him an Alex Jones for that one.
I have sworn on the altar of God, total resistance against every form of tyranny, against the mind of men.
By the way, did Unforced Ego give 2 $200 contributions? Or was it him and Sanford's son? I think it was him and Sanford's son. I want to make sure I've got the count right tonight. Where did those 2 hundies go? Yes, it was Sanford's son and Unforced Ego. So then in second place right now is Steven with his 300 that he sent in tonight. So we got Sanford's son in first with 420. Steven in second with 300. Unforced Ego with 221. On a Wall with 30. Boy, what a drop off we have there. TDR Shit Show with 25. And Happy Wawa Customer in the Cuck Chair with 25. And thank you very much, Benny the Milkman, for those 5 gifted memberships. Let's put your name on the list here. You are tied for the Cuck Chair, Benny. That also means that you guys have knocked out every single goal for next week's evening shows. Holy shit. So we're done with evening shows for this week, no goals. We're done with evening shows for next week, no goals. I tell you what.
But I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Never trust Grady alone with the liquor cabinet. Well, that's good because me, Fred Sanford, no Grady, yo. I really don't deserve to live, do I? I don't. I don't deserve to live. Pray by 12 says, love your show now. No more haters piping. Yeah, it really was. I thought it was going to be way more of them being angry and shitty and just mad and angry that like something they wanted didn't happen. But I got to say, it was a lot healthier than I thought it was going to be. So maybe these people's brains are healing. Maybe the steel-toed derangement syndrome has gone away because it was largely good-natured tonight. We made a fuckload of money and we peaked out at 600 is what Restream is telling me. We peaked out at 600 tonight. So the peaked out at 700 this morning. So the evening show almost matching the morning show. We're at 300 right now. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, off we go to, we did the Trump $24 million lawsuit. Hey, do you guys think this counts as grifting off of the Turning Point USA stuff? Crowder is bringing back Change My Mind. He did it today at 11 a.m. at SMU in Dallas, Texas. He says, I had to keep this under wraps for security reasons, but I can't wait to get back out there. Come out like the civil, rational Americans you are and show the world that they can't silence us all. The leftists who've celebrated the violence against our own these last few weeks, they want us isolated, alone, and afraid. But we don't have to be alone. We don't have to be isolated. And while we've all been afraid lately, we don't have to let the fear conquer us. God bless, and I'll see you all at 11 a.m. So he did this, and I'm guessing we're going to start seeing videos of this Change My Mind. And I believe the actual Change My Mind was leftists are violent, change my mind. Crowder was saying in an interview, I can't remember if it was on Piers Morgan or what, but Crowder was saying that, like, he said that Charlie Kirk told him that Charlie Kirk did what he did because he saw Crowder's Change My Minds and that he was inspired by it. Now, that's kind of a shitty thing to say when the guy's dead. Like, unless he said it publicly and we can verify that, kind of a weird thing to say after someone dies. And now doing it after he dies, normally I would love to call Crowder out and go, what a grifting sack of shit, because he is. But also, in a time where crazy liberals are popping people and shooting people at churches and shooting people at speeches and stuff like that, you do have to give Crowder, begrudgingly, you have to give him a little bit of credit that he's going out in public and riling these people up with like debates and shit. It's I'm going to say it. It's kind of admirable of Steven Crowder. Now, there's part of me that, we've known Steven Crowder long enough to know that he's definitely taking this opportunity to be like, ooh, there's a little void left by the Charlie Kirk thing. Maybe I can fill it a little bit. Maybe I can pump up those Crowder numbers a little bit by going back to what used to work 5-10 years ago. There's probably a little bit of that. But also, I think as long as they're taking shots at people like this, I think it's still a ballsy thing to do. I do. Thank you, Sean Lenane, for the $2. I appreciate it. Don't put in any more money, Dan, but if you could send me the link you were talking about, I would appreciate it. Let's see. Dead Game says this is all about the money. The grift is real. Hobo Chili says Aaron saw Zeke from Pulp Fiction fuck a black guy, so that's now inspired for his Mandingo masquerades. Jesus. Miss Tay with $20 says for some extra mashed tater. Wow, thank you.
I have sworn on the altar of God, total resistance against every form of tyranny, against the mind of man.
Guys, like, at what point can I put this towards the morning show Thursday? Because you guys are through an entire this is the first evening show of the week, and you guys have knocked out 2 weeks of evening shows now. Like, do I never give the morning show any of this? Like, does it all go to you guys? Because I'll be honest, I'm having a tough time keeping track. You guys are 25 into not next Monday's goal, evening goal, but the following Monday. So next Monday is going to be our last week of no Monday evening shows. The schedule is going to go back to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because my son will be done with flag football. Then my daughter starts volleyball on Thursdays, and I'm going to be going to those. So we'll go back to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Whatever it is, guys, thank you so much. Unbelievable. Miss Tay is now at $30. So she is in fourth. TDR Shit Show now in the cuck chair at 25. And Happy Wawa Customer is going on to the paper with 25. Thank you so much, guys. Tonight has been ridiculously supportive. It's if I was just so gay, I would go, I'm touched. I appreciate it. I will be gay for a little bit. All of you who have supported me through this last year and a half, all of you who have stood by me, who have supported this show, kept it going in its darkest time, in my darkest time, thank you. Thank you so much. And now that it's all done with, that it's all over, things are better than ever, going onward and upward, and I appreciate it, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
How about...
All right, let's do... this is from Sean Lenane. Here we go.
Okay, how about this? You get me to the time machine, and when I get back, I open a savings account in your name. That way, 500 years later, it'll be worth billions. Billions!
Oh, I like money.
Yeah.
How many billions?
It's 80, Frito. It's $80 billion. That's mighty big minus, isn't it?
Yeah. I like money, though. That wasn't really part of the deal.
Okay, I'll throw in another couple billion, all right?
I like.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you, Sean Lenane. Oh, man. Thank you, McBuster. I appreciate it. Boy, this TVP guy is really mad. He's like, stop lying, Aaron. Stop lying. I'm not. I'm telling everyone what happened today. Jesus, dude. And no, alcohol was not part of my sentence today. I don't know what to tell you, pal. I don't know what to tell you. I can have a beer. I can get loaded if I want. I don't want to. I don't like getting loaded. It's not one of my hobbies. It's not one of my habits. But if I wanted to, that is something I'm allowed to do. Oh, boy, we got another school fight, this time in Lafayette, Louisiana. Go ahead and place your bets as to what happened. You know, as much as we need to stop this shit from happening in schools, I think we need to stop this shit from happening through like teachers getting involved and principals getting involved and stuff like that. But they don't let teachers and principals put their hands on kids anymore, like in a break up a fight kind of a way or a restrain them kind of way. So now they have these school resource officers. Well, if these school resource officers get involved, they're, bringing kids to the ground hard. They're cuffing them. They're arresting them, bringing them in, booking them on assault. I don't know, man. That doesn't sound right. And look, I get it. Like some of these high school fights nowadays are brutal. They're stomping people in the head and stuff like that. But like a lot of times, these kids are just getting in a few Donnybrooks, a few scrapes, a few bruises, no big deal. And they're like giving these kids criminal records over it. Let's take a look. Any second now. Don't worry, I'm not busy. It's not a big deal.
Tonight, only on News 15, new details emerging about a fight at Northside High School that led to the arrest of 4 students.
And this evening, we're getting a look at video obtained by News 15 that shows the fight breaking out.
Somebody's got to teach these kids, when you're throwing punches, what's with presenting your chin all like it's ready to get fist fucked by the first person who throws in like a crazy haymaker? I've never understood the throwing punches with the chin up, like chin down, nice and tucked. What? I mean, this guy's punches aren't the worst punches I've ever seen, but that chin is flying high in the air.
Take a look. That fight unfolded this week in a boys' bathroom at the school.
And also, tuck your elbows in, fucker. Hit that guy right in the belly, right there. Right in the bread basket. Get him a solar plexus punch like Bob Fitzsimmons.
You can see it started off as a fist fight between 2 students that eventually involved 4 between the ages of 15 and 18.
Not a lot of defense in these fights, I've noticed.
While it's not clear from the video we've obtained, police say one of the boys used a pair of scissors to cut another student.
Jesus Christ. Okay, you know what? You're right. Maybe we do need to arrest him. Maybe we do need to, give him some time to cool off. God damn it, man. I remember when throwing punches in school, like that was a crazy fucking thing to do. You'd shove each other, you'd talk a little shit. There was a hill that a few of our friends would meet at and they would settle some shit. And then junior year, I'm not shitting you, we were on the news for this. Our school started a fight club and you would find different kids' houses where the parents were gone that weekend. And you just have fight clubs either in their backyard. Everyone would bring boxing gloves and during the week at school, you'd organize fights with each other and then we'd kind of low-key promote them at school and that would get people out to watch the fights. But like actually getting in a fist fight in the middle of school, like you just didn't do that because you knew what kind of risk you were putting yourself in. But pulling a fucking blade on somebody? Dude.
All 4 were arrested and charged by Lafayette police, 3 as juveniles. But 18-year-old Jeremiah Clovis was booked into the Lafayette Parish Jail. He is charged as an adult with battery and resisting arrest.
Well, that's because he's a 22-year-old high school senior.
Superintendent Francis Touchette says parents need to discuss the consequences of school violence with their children.
It's so important that all of our parents understand that they need to make sure that they have conversations that...
Or your grandparents, for example. You know, whoever's raising you. That is the big thing, though. Like, I think teachers and principals and stuff, they get shit on. They're like, these schools are going to hell. If you don't get any help from parents, like if the parenting gets worse, the school doesn't really stand a chance.
Violence that is taking place in schools is just a total disruption to the educational experience.
Doesn't he kind of look like Principal Strickland in Back to the Future? Like he should almost have a bandolier of shotgun shells around both shoulders?
Now, in addition to potential criminal charges stemming from school fights, the superintendent says students can also face expulsion.
God damn.
Tonight
I'll tell you what, though, boy, those boys could eat. They were taking some flush shots, and they just kept throwing. Be careful. You don't want to, you don't want to damage the old bird brain up here. I'm sorry, TVP. Like, I was there, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. I know there's a lot of cope on your part. I think they're having a hard time understanding how the 15 days things work. You get 15, you got to serve 10, you get credit for 2 days served, so that's 8. They're having a lot of problems with that. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, and without the violation, it just would have been the 364 days stayed with the 2 years probation. I mean, that's what it would have been. But we had the violation in there, so you throw in the 8. Fucking stupid thing on my part. What do? You pay for it. But Jesus, man, that really works you up. That's kind of what I was talking about at the beginning of the show. I was like, if you're one of these people who's like more angry than I am, and I'm not angry about it at all. If you're like worked up over this, like you got to find a hobby, buddy, because it's like really, it's not healthy. It's really not healthy. You're mentally damaged. And like, I can say with almost absolute certainty that you and I have never met. So I didn't cause your brain damage. So I don't know why you're mad at me about the brain damage. I mean, your life is not going to get better or worse. Like if the state would have got their way today and it would have been 45, that wouldn't have made your world better. And because I got 8 instead, it's not going to make your life worse. I promise you, buddy. My Lost Interest says, in fairness, simple subtraction can be confusing. That's true. You got to think of who we're talking about. We're talking about people who think that I'm like the most evil guy in the world and their world revolves around me. You can't have a lot of synapses still firing there. You still... Okay, good. TVP's admitting he was wrong in the chat. Okay, he's admitting that what I said was correct. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Sorry if I came down hard on you. You just kind of came out like a crazy lunatic. My bad. Ooh, we got a tennis coach accused of bullying. All right. Is it bullying or... See, here's the thing going on with sports now in high school is that shit that was like tough love or shit that used to be like, motivating players or whatever. Every generation's different and you got to... Unfortunately, when you're teaching or you're coaching something, you kind of have to meet the athletes where they are. Like, you can't just go, oh, yeah, we do hard-nosed, disciplinary shit here, blah, blah. Okay, that's great, and some people might like that attitude, but young kids don't respond to that anymore. They respond to encouragement. They respond to, working. Like, people say, like, oh, younger athletes now are lazier. They're not. They're just motivated differently. Like, Coach K from Duke once said, 30 years ago, I could tell players, hey, run through that fucking brick wall, and they do it. Now, I can still get those guys to run through a brick wall, but they need to know why first. You can't just do oh, yeah, you're not going to fucking run through that brick wall? We'll just run sprints. Well, now they hate your guts. But if you go, hey, guys, as a team, I think if you all run at that brick wall together, you can get through it. And if you can get through that fucking brick wall, you can beat Clemson on Saturday. You guys got this. And then all of a sudden, you got a bunch of retards running right through that same brick wall again. So I think a lot of the stuff that's like coaches bullying now, I think a lot of that, like when they were coming up, was like considered motivation. So maybe that has nothing to do with this story. Maybe this tennis coach really is a psycho.
Continuing coverage, the parent of a second student comes forward.
Fucking ICE trucks roll up right in the middle of the report.
To speak about a West Plains tennis coach accused of bullying players. Tegan was part of the West Plains tennis team in 2023 until she transferred for mental health reasons.
It wasn't a coach being hard on the kid for not performing well, right? It wasn't like the coach trying to get the kid to work harder or trying to get the kid to perform better.
No, we get what you're trying to say. What did he do?
That's not what this was. This was a coach belittling the child. This was a coach tearing down the child.
Tegan's mom, Kristen, says comments from her coach about her weight and grades made Tegan quit the team.
I mean, look, I'm a overweight guy who knows how to play tennis, and I can play a little tennis. It's difficult when you're lugging extra weight around. It's not an easy sport to play if you're heavier.
And even hurt herself.
She felt like she didn't have any other options.
Anyone else being driven nuts by the cadence of this mom's speech pattern? Because I don't know if I really like the way she talks.
And that was unfortunate. And lucky for us, we still have her, and she is...
Oh, like she tried to like fucking hurt herself. Like she was trying to clock out. Jesus Christ. What did it... Because the coach called her fat? Ooh. Like there... Okay, I know... Okay, 2025, let me just say this. No coach is going to get away with calling a kid fat in high school in 2025, especially in a girls' sport. You're never going to be allowed to do it. But I think also if you're going to be an athlete, you also have to develop a little bit of a thick skin. No pun intended in this case.
Healthy, and we are getting her the help she needs.
Kristen says she just wants the coach to be held accountable.
We want our children to be safe. We want our children to be able to feel like they can go to school.
Going nuts.
And they can...
I can't fucking do this.
Be on a team, and they can do an activity that they love.
Dude, you know what I would hate to be? A fucking stenographer trying to put punctuation in this woman's speech patterns. Comma, period, nothing. What the fuck do I do? Question mark. I don't know what.
And be safe.
We reached out to CISD for comment about the bullying allegations. Kenyan ISD Director of District Communications, Lisa Johnson, says, quote, Kenyan ISD takes all concerns of bullying and student well-being seriously. While we cannot discuss individual student or personnel matters due to privacy laws, we want to be clear that safety and success of every student is our top priority. Allegations are reviewed according to district policy
so it's just
and
one?
state law. And CISD remains committed to providing a safe and supportive learning environment for all students.
So it's one kid. One kid got called fat by their tennis coach, and now we're going to go with, it's a bullying kid? I don't know, man. That seems a little shady, a little shitty to say that this, because who's to say this tennis coach hasn't been around for years? He's successful. He does a good job. This isn't bullying. He hurt one fat girl's feelings. And you could argue that hurting one fat girl's feelings to the point where she hurts herself and leaves the school is fucked up. That's a bad thing. But I don't think it shows that the coach is like a persistent bullier. I mean, we're not hearing from any other players that he's a piece of shit. I think we might just have a girl who's sensitive about her weight, sensitive about her tennis game, and the coach, the coach pushed the right buttons. Or I guess in this case, the wrong buttons, I suppose. McBuster says, she could work out. That is true. She could work out. But the cleaner says, I have his quote. Run, you stupid bitch. I see your fat pussy through that leggings, you fat fuck. All right, well, that's over the line. If that's a direct quote, I really don't think that's something we should be saying to impressionable young girls. Jesus. I already said the following to her.
I hope you die.
That's not okay. By the way, Bappa Shab says they felt the need to keep this in, by the way. That's what I was thinking. Like, did we need this much of the mom saying this? She said the same thing over and over when she spoke today. We didn't need it all. We didn't. Sam Show says, but it also could indicate that there are other kids that haven't come forward if they're that comfortable with it. That, you know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. Channel your anger into developing your skills. It's not a bad point either. Use it for something good. Why not? Guys, that's going to do it for tonight. We did 4 hours this morning, 2 hours tonight because it was extra day, no goal days. But we made more money on the no goal days than we do on the goal days. Uh-oh, Aaron, should that tell you something? I think we made more money than anybody did tonight. Oh, boy. Is that another win for the toe? I think it's another win for the toe. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. I love you being here through this whole saga. And now that this saga has come to a close, I appreciate you guys staying with me moving forward. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, no matter what platform you're on, because those subscription numbers and view counts have been going through the roof. Got an email from YouTube today. We are one of the top 10% of accounts in the creator program, and that's our secondary platform. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much. I'm out of here. We'll talk to you soon. Tomorrow morning, 6